you to become an illustrator?
Oh, lots of things. I mean, I've always, like most artists, they always say, well, I've always drawn ever since I was a little kid, and that's just, I just kept drawing. I kept drawing and drawing, and you know, my brother actually was a very good artist, and he was always better than everything than I was. He was always the best at everything with sports and, you know, grades and women and all this, and I wanted to be something better. And so I tried to excel, and I saw a niche that I had a chance of being better as an artist. So I just he was kind of like my motivation at an early age, and it just kind of progressed from there, and got a lot of encouragement, and just kept going. And it's pretty much all I know how to do.
Wow, okay. And what hurdles did you have to overcome to get where you are today?
Oh, that's a loaded question. There's lots of hurdles. It's a major time commitment. I've lots of schooling. Undergrad at LaGrange College. I was pretty much a workaholic from the get-go. Long hours. Not much of a social life. There was time to play, but there was time to party and stuff. But you know, most of the time I was really concentrating on, you know, my work, and I wanted to just really excel at it. So it was just constant. I mean, and I loved it. So it wasn't like a burden. I just loved doing what I was doing. So from LaGrange, I went to Portfolio Center here in Atlanta, and that was like a boot camp school. Like, it was just a 2-year school where they just really run you ragged, and that took a lot out of me. And then it's all about passion. I mean, that's how I've done it. I mean, it's these times that I've when I know that this is all that I know how to do, and I love doing it, so it doesn't really seem like a burden. It doesn't seem like a big hurdle. I just do it, and then things just kind of happen, you know, because I excel at it and I try to be the best, or do the best that I can, then things come into my lap.
My next question is, what is your day-to-day process, work-wise?
Oh my. Well, one of the things I like being as an illustrator, mainly a freelance illustrator, that every day is different. So I don't have like a really big routine per se, but you know, I guess if I had some sort of routine, it would probably be because of my kids, because my kids have the school routine where they're having to get up in the morning and go to, you know, get to school. And so I usually get up around 6:30 or so and get them off to school with the help of my lovely wife. And once they're gone, I come down here to my studio, check my email, you know, get started for the day, and every day's different. You know, whatever I'm working on, whether it's you know, sketches, or working on something in the computer, working on an oil painting, you know, having to go outside and get some reference, you know, do photo shoots, whatever it is, and you know, take a lunch and a dinner break, like around, I guess sometimes around 6, break for dinner, and then have some family time, and then the kids go to bed, and then my wife goes to bed, and I come back down here. And I work until, like, say 12 or 1.
So you're like a vampire, almost,
Yeah,
in a sense.
I work a lot. I mean, but there again, like I said, it's a passion. I don't see it as work.
Okay, so there has to be a drive behind
Yeah,
it to
it's
keep
a
you
drive.
down here. It's a
passion.
drive. That's good.
I mean, I don't really see it as like, oh no, I gotta go downstairs and get stuff done. I'm constantly just working.
So how many hours do you think roughly you put in, say, a week?
Oh, let's see. Whatever it comes to be, maybe it's like 14 hours a day.
Wow.
What does that come to? I don't even know.
That's
many
many
I don't
numbers.
Even think about the. I mean, if I thought about the hours too much, I'd probably be like, freaking out.
Okay.
So I don't even think about the hours. I just do it.
Well put. So my next question for you, Jay, is what are the big differences in editorial and corporate illustrations, and what do clients accept when you're presenting work to them?
You mean like the difference between editorial and corporate illustrations?
Uh-huh.
Well, editorial, as far as like the creative process, sometimes they'll both of those sides, they come to me with some sort of idea, whether they have it sketched out or if it's just we're just talking about it. But I find that editorial is much more lenient, or they're always wanting your feedback, they're always wanting your ideas, they want your creative input with your concepts and things. They may come to you with like a certain idea of a certain concept, but then they want you to come in there as something new. Whereas advertising and corporate work, they have had several meetings ahead of time, and it's usually a lot of art by committee, where they have worked all this out and they know exactly what they want before they even call me. And so they tend to have, they're very particular about what they like, and they say, well, I like this particular piece you did, do it in this style, with these colors, and put this here and don't put that there, that kind of thing. And there's usually a lot more revisions due to art by committee and due to the corporate environment and people having meetings about things. Whereas an editorialist, I'm dealing with basically two people, the art director and the editor. And those are the two people I have to please. Whereas in advertising, I'm having to deal with the art director or the creative director, so the graphic designer, and then they have to turn that over and show it to the client and get feedback from the client. So there's lots of people, that I have to please. But then there's the upside to advertising is there's more money. It's typically more money because it's more usage usually, because it's advertising. They want to spread it around. It's not just a one-time use for a magazine. And one-time use is going to be a lot less than something that's like an advertisement in several magazines, or like billboards or posters or whatever it is. So that's the main differences that I've found. I mean, the money and the usage and all that.